Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. So far we have discussed module 1, module 2, module 4 and module 5. So and also we discussed about sorry also we discussed about model questions and the possible answers along with the notes we have discussed in the previous sessions, and I have made a separate playlist for question banks so that it should not be kept in between the playlist or you might get confused. So especially for preparation for exam, you can go through that playlist. Okay, later after your exams, then I might make it is and bring it down to the one playlist that is for one subject. Okay, so as of now, whatever we have studied in the module 1, module 2. So in module 2, so it was about human organ systems and biodesigns part 1. So here in that part 1 we have discussed about 3 major organs. Those are nothing but the brain as CPU, eye as camera, heart as pump system. Okay, so in that brain we explained around 7 topics as mentioned in your syllabus, and for eye we had around 5, and for heart again we had around 6 topics. Okay, all those things we discussed, and also the model questions from model 1 to model 5 are discussed. You can find those videos in a separate playlist in my channel. Okay, so hope you guys are understanding and started studying for your exam. I guess this biology for engineer subject for VTU is on 13th of October if I'm not wrong. So hardly around 20 days are remaining. So try to understand the topics, go through the concept, go through the video, understand the topics. If at all you are having any doubts, please get back to me. Not an issue. Anytime you can come to me and with the mail, and nowadays we are having the WhatsApp group also. With the WhatsApp group, you will be having my number, so you can directly contact through that particular group. Okay, so that's it. Let's start the model 3. In this particular model, again we will see some few more organs, like it can be the lung as a purification system, whereas the kidney as filtration system. Then we are having skeletal muscles as scaffold, and as well as this muscles as scaffold. So all those things we are going to discuss in this particular human organ systems and biodesigns part 2. Okay, so module 2 and module 3 are concepts wise they are same. That's why it is given module 2, they have given human organ systems part 1, whereas human organ system and biodesign part 2 in module 3. So again here no need to give the detailed introduction about the humans organs, how they play, that, this and all. Directly we'll move to the topic, that is lungs. So what are lungs? Lungs, all of you know. Okay, especially those who, everyone, when corona came or COVID-19 or pandemic came, so by then everyone might be knowing, or most of you might have gone for x-rays whenever you are having cough or cold. Okay, so you might have seen the picture of lung, right? So I'm giving just an I want you to connect with the topic. So lungs, I hope everybody knows. So lungs are nothing but our one of the major part of our major organ of our body. So where the usually we will take the particular air, whatever air we intake, it is not just oxygen. Okay, you might be having a wrong conception that we will inhale only oxygen. No, the nose cannot filter only oxygen. It doesn't have any filtration system here. So nose will take out whatever the air is there surrounded by, whatever air is there environmentally. When I am sitting here in this particular room, whatever air contains, it may contain carbon dioxide, it may contain carbon monoxide, it may contain in heavy industries and nearby mining. There might be ultra fine particles which can be less than the micrometer. We are having the different sizes of ultra fine particles like 1 to 0.5 micrometer, then 0.5 to 1 micrometer, then 1 to 10 micrometer. Like that, we have differentiation is there in ultra fine particles. These ultra fine particles are nothing but, imagine there is a mining going on nearby your home or where you stay or where you have visited the place. So what happens is during mining, a lot of this thing, what do you say, the chemicals might have been used. They might be using many stuffs. Okay, there a lot of technique, extraction techniques, that, this and all. So a lot of minute particles which are of in micro scale. Okay, that means almost like a bacterial scale. And those microparticles, they will travel through the air. They will start traveling through the air, and if you are nearby that place, so those ultrafine particles which might be very harmful for your body, they will enter into your body through your nose because you are inhaling normally. Understanding? Now, imagine if all these things, okay, which are entered, which can have the cadmium, or it can be of some heavy metals, okay, cadmium, cobalt, or any kind of mining, copper, or any kind of related metal or metal oxides. Okay, they can be in those particular ultrafine particles in the air, which cannot be seen through the eye, like how we cannot see the microbes because they will be in the micron size. So they will enter inside our nose. So when it is entered, imagine if all these harmful substances, okay, are able to connect with all our bodies or all our parts of our different parts of bodies, then you are almost dead because we get to the inflammation, that is everything. Okay, because the blood has to have a pure oxygen. Understanding? So that pure oxygen is carried out by the hemoglobin to all parts of the body. Understanding? So that's why you might have seen wherever the major mining areas are there, especially in India only you take, nearby any villages are there, you see their physiology. You see their physiology. They will be having a very different physiology than others. Their physics will be different from the others. So mostly their lungs, lung part, whatever the lung part is there, that particular lung part, they will have a kind of curved this thing, or else there might be short, or their lung has gone shrinked like this inside. So those things can be seen in the major mining areas or nearby villages. That is even in some of the movies, at least you might have seen, if not really in real. So that is very real because it's a simple fact that when your lung is purifying over time, like that means your lung has got, everything has got, every organ of the body has got some limit. If the lung is getting more harmful agents over a period of time, in a short period of time, then it starts, there won't be any time for lung to heal. So it will keep on, purifying, okay, so that its cells will start dying. So the new cells has to form. There is no time for that. When the new cells are coming, suddenly they are exposed to the harmful substances. So all these things will be there. So the lung, that's why the lung will shrink and their physics will be different. Okay, so that's why we need lungs. So the lungs, whatever the harmful substances are coming from the air, that will be purified in such a way that the the blood should get the pure oxygen. Okay, only oxygen will be allowed. Rest everything will be, again, it should be given back. So while getting back, we might get the maximum, almost 90% will be carbon dioxide. So that's why we say when we inhale, we take the oxygen. When we exhale, we give the carbon dioxide. But who is doing the function? It is not in the nose, it is in the lungs. So nose is taking whatever it is. Yes, nose is helping the lung. How? If there are any kind of microparticles or macroparticles, Usually micro or nanoparticles cannot be filtered by the nose, because lung also will act as filter. Why? I will tell you. There are something called mucus hairs here inside the nose. There are some hairs are there. So you might be flicking those if they are too big, so too large, so that it is irritating your nose, like that you will be removing it. So those kind of small structures are there in the nose, and which will filter the macro particles which are going to enter into the your lungs. So most of the macro particles will be cleared here or filtered here, so that whenever you go to the city for morning to evening, if you are in city, if you are roaming in your bike, okay, when you come back to evening, so when you go to wash your face, so obviously face will have a lot of particles. The cities like Bangalore, Hubli, these cities, I'm talking about a locality in Karnataka, or obviously in Mumbai it will be more, Delhi it will be unimaginable. So these things, these areas, whatever I'm mentioning, that means largely crowded areas. So we'll have the large vehicles. So these vehicles are giving carbon dioxide and monoxide continuously. So imagine you are roaming in the city, it's like Hyderabad, Pune, or Bombay, or Mumbai, Delhi. Is these kind of cities, Lucknow, these are very thick cities, and even in Bangalore also. So what happens when you are roaming whole day and coming back? Obviously, your face will have a lot of black kind of particles. When you wash your face, all the black thing will come out. Okay, those are nothing but you are not able to see those particles, but they have accumulated. So in bulk, they are giving you a lot of this thing. Now, when you are since it is on face, you can wash it. But what about the nose, which has intaken all those particular particles? You might have seen, you might have old mask, that this thing, but masks also are having the micro pores or holes. Through that also the particles can enter, no? So those particles can enter to your lung, and that can damage the the lung. Then it purifies the lung's major function is, so whatever the things are coming, it will purify it. Whatever the harmful substances are there, that it will remove, and it will add only oxygen to the bloodstream. That is the very the very tough task or very complex function that the lung is doing, but it is doing it very effectively. That's why we are able to every day we are able to do our daily activities. Why? Because our blood is reaching every part of the body, so oxygen is delivering. That's why we are able to move our bodies, that's why we are able to talk, that's why we are able to do things. So it's a nature and very complex system of nature, but yes, it's one of the amazing organ inside our body, which removes the harmful substances and adds oxygen to the blood. So let's start. That was the introduction. So lung ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋ ಹಾಗೆ, ಲಂಗ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಅದೊಂದು ನಮ್ಮ ಬಾಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿರೋ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಆರ್ಗನ್, ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟರೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಅದೇ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಆರ್ಗನ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಆರ್ಗನ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಲಂಗ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ನಾವು ಕೇಳಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಮೂಗಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಉಸಿರಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಒಳಗಡೆ ಆಮ್ಲಜನಕ ತಗೋತೀವಿ, ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಇಂಗಾಲದ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಅಂದರೆ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಯೂಶ್ವಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ. ಬಟ್ ಅದು ಸತ್ಯ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಮೂಗು ನಮ್ಮ ಫಿಲ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಮೂಗು ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸನ್ನು ಹಿಡಿದಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಒಂದು ಹೇರ್ಸಿಂದ ಅದನ್ನು ಆ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಹಿಡಿದಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಅದು ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಲಂಗಿಗೆ ಕಳಿಸಲ್ಲ. ಲಂಗಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಹಾರ್ಮ್ಫುಲ್ ಏಜೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಲಂಗಿಗೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ವಾತಾವರಣದ ಯೂಶ್ವಲಿ ಗಾಳಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೆಲ್ಲ ಹಾರ್ಮ್ಫುಲ್ ಏಜೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಲಂಗಿಗೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಲಂಗಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಲಂಗ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ಪ್ಯೂರಿಫೈ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವುದೆಲ್ಲ ಹಾರ್ಮ್ಫುಲ್ ಏಜೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಈಗ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಟ್ರಾಫಿಕಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದಾಗ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಹೊಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಬ್ಲಡ್ಡಿಗೆ ಹೋದರೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಗತಿ. ಸೊ ಆ ಬ್ಲಡ್ಡಿಗೆ ಹೋಗೋದ ಹಾಗೆ ತಡೆಗಟ್ಟೋದು ಯಾವುದು, ಲಂಗ್, ಅದನ್ನು ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ದ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್. ಸೊ ದ ಲಂಗ್ ಪ್ಯೂರಿಫೈಸ್ ಏರ್ ಬೈ ರಿಮೂವಿಂಗ್ ದಿ harmful substances, okay, and adding oxygen to the particular this thing. Okay, what does lung do? The lung purifies air by removing harmful substances. It removes the harmful substances and adds oxygen to the bloodstream. Okay, in the previous classes, when we were explaining about heart as pump system, we have seen that diagram, right, where the heart will be there, then that will be connected to the lung, where the oxygen will be given oxygen will be given from the lung to the bloodstream, understanding. So that's how it adds, understanding. So what is lung? It is an organ which removes the harmful substances, okay, from the air, whatever has been inhaled, and it adds oxygen to the bloodstream, remember that. And the process of purifying air in the lungs can be described as follows. How it will process, that we will see. We have whatever just now we have given as an explanation, as an introduction, it's almost like that only. With few terms you need to remember, okay. ಸೊ ಲಂಗ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಡೆಫಿನಿಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು ಅಂದರೆ ಹಾರ್ಮ್ಫುಲ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ತೆಗೆಯುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಈ ಗಾಳಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂಥದ್ದು, ನಾವು ಇನ್ನೇನು ಮಾಡಿರೋ ಗಾಳಿ, ನಾವು ಉಸಿರಾಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಗಾಳಿಯಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಯಾವುದೆಲ್ಲ ಹಾರ್ಮ್ಫುಲ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅದನ್ನು ತೆಗೆಯುತ್ತೆ, ಮತ್ತು ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನನ್ನು ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್ಗೆ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸನ್ನು ನೋಡೋಣ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಇಸ್ ಫಿಲ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ದ lung. Filtration, how it is happening? Through the nose and the mouth, they will serve as the first line of defense. Actually, nose and the mouth, in both we intake air, okay. So they will act as this first line of defense. That means they will fight against the particular harmful agents which are coming, or they will restrict the harmful agents, the maximum whatever they can. For example, macroparticles and all we are having in nose, something nose hairs, or you can call it as a cilia, that will block these particular macroparticles. And also in our respiratory system we are having the mucus, which in the nose, right? Mucus in the sense is something which is a kind of jelly kind of structure what you produce in the nose. So that will be there. So most of the substance will trap in that substance, okay, and then it will prevent entering into the lungs, understanding. So that's why whenever we clean our nose, the lot of thing, the dirt thing will come, because the nose has got the hips and as well as a mucus kind of structure, where it will be wet, so that the particles which are entering into the nose, they will deposit, okay, on this particular thing, so that it will restrict to enter to the lung. ಸೊ ಫಿಲ್ಟ್ರೇಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಲೈನ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಫೆನ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಮೂಗು ಮತ್ತು ಬಾಯಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಹಾಗೆ ಹಾರ್ಮ್ಫುಲ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಇರುವ ಏರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೆಲ್ಲ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಲೈಕ್ ಡಸ್ಟ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಡರ್ಟ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾ ಅಂತನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ರಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಮೂಗಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಹೇರು ನಾವು ಸಿಲಿಯಾ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಅದು ರಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ರೋ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ನ ಹಿಡಿದಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಮ್ಯೂಕಸ್ ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಟರಿ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಸೊ ಅದು ಒಂಥರ ಜೆಲ್ಲಿ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಥವಾ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಥರ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಮೂಗಲ್ಲಿ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜೆಲ್ ಥರ. ಸೊ ಅದು ಮ್ಯೂಕಸ್. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನು ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಟರಿ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಪ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ, ಏನನ್ನ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್, ಇದು ಹಾರ್ಮ್ಫುಲ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸಸ್ಸು ಅಥವಾ ಅದನ್ನು ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಪ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಅದು ಲಂಗ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹೋಗದ ಇರೋ ಹಾಗೆ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. ದಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಫಿಲ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, moisturization. Now the air is almost humidified, okay, almost humidified as it passes through the moist lining, that is moist lining which is produced by the respiratory system, that is in respiratory tract. Okay, so here in moisturization what is happening, the air is also humidified as it passes through the moist lining of the respiratory tract. So now, which helps to keep the airways moist and prevent them from the drying out. Here I explained now the mucus how it traps. The same thing is explained here, that is moisturization. Okay, that means that will be liquid, a jelly kind of stuff. So it will make sure that there is a moisture, so that it will hold the the contaminants, okay, or dead particles. Moisturization ಅಂದರೆ ಅದೊಂದು ಏರ್ ಹ್ಯೂಮಿಡಿಫೈಡ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ಇದರೊಳಗಡೆ ಮೂಗಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರುವ ಹಾಗೆ, ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಟರಿ ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರುವ ಹಾಗೆ ಅದು ಮಾಯ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಡೆಪಾಸಿಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಫಿಲ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್, ಮಾಯ್ಚರೈಸೇಷನ್. ದ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಚೇಂಜ್. ಸೊ ಒನ್ಸ್ ದ ಏರ್ ರೀಚಸ್ ದ alveoli, that means alveoli in the sense in our lung we are having different structure alveoli. Now the gas exchange process occurs. That means it starts when it reaches to the major part of the lung, the gas exchange will start. What is gas exchanges? Where oxygen diffuse across the alveolar thin layer, thin alveolar, that means oxygen will diffuse and it pass through the thin alveolar, okay, whereas capillary walls into the bloodstream. So you are having the again filtration system there from the alveoli. we are having something called alveolar thin layer. So through that, again it will go to the capillary walls of the bloodstream. Through that it will enter to the blood. Understanding? So it is going like this. And then that was about oxygen. That's how it is adding oxygen to the bloodstream. And carbon dioxide, it diffuses the opposite direction. In the opposite direction from the whatever this thing is coming, the carbon dioxide diffuses from opposite direction. That means from the bloodstream, whatever we are having in bloodstream, whatever the carbon content is there, that will be taken from the bloodstream into the alveoli, then to be exhaled from the nose. Understanding? Okay, whatever it is going for oxygen in this way, carbon dioxide will be take the same route in opposite direction. That's it. So this process ensures that the bloodstream is supplied with fresh oxygen rich air while waste carbon dioxide is removed from the body. Okay, na? So here this will give you the oxygen rich air to the bloodstream and it removes the carbon dioxide from the nose outside. Understood? So ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಚೇಂಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ, ನಾವು ಈಗ ಇಂಟೇಕ್ ಮಾಡದಿರೋ ಏರ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹೋದಾಗ ಆ ಲಂಗಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ವೆಲಾಯ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಚೇಂಬರ್ ಇದೆ. ಅಲ್ವೆಲಾಯ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಇದೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಚೇಂಜ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಚೇಂಜ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು? ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು, ಬ್ಲಡ್ಡಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ವಾಪಸ್ ಅಲ್ವೆಲಾಯ್ಗೆ ಬಂದು ಮೂಗಲಿಂದ ಬರಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ನು ಡಿಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಹೇಗೆ ಡಿಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? ಅಲ್ವೆಲಾಯಿಂದ ಥಿನ್ ಅಲ್ವೆಲಾರ್ ಲೇಯರ್ ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಡಿಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನಾವು ಈ ಲೇಯರಿಂದ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಆವಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಇದು ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಲರಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಅದರದ್ದು ಇದು ಈ ಥರ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಏನಿರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಲರಿ ಅಂತೀವಿ. ಅದರೊಳಗಡೆ ಪಾಸ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಆಗಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಈ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಇವಾಗ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ? ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಇದರಿಂದ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಲರಿಯಿಂದ ಪಾಸ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಆಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಥಿನ್ ಲೇಯರ್ ಅಲ್ವೆಲಾಯಿಂದ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ಅಲ್ವೆಲಾರ್ಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಅಲ್ವೆಲಾಯಿಂದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಅದು ನೋಸಿನ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ ಏನು ಅಚೀವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ? ಬ್ಲಡ್ಡಲ್ಲಿ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಯಿತು, ಅದು ಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡನ್ನು ನಾವು ಹೊರಗಡೆ ತರ್ತೀವಿ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. So this is exactly how it looks like. This is nothing but alveoli. Okay, so here we breathe, air inspiration, air will go like this, it will go to the alveoli. This is the bronchi and then alveoli. So when it goes here, these are the things happens. Alveoli gas exchange mechanism. So here when it goes to here, from alveolar it enters to the capillary, I mean blood thin alveolar region and then to the capillaries. So here this is how it looks like, the capillary alveoli. So oxygen will be gone. So now from this particular bloodstream, the air will be exchanged. That means carbon dioxide which is present in the capillary will come back to it will follow like this. So see, this is going inside and this is coming outside. So the oxygen going inside and carbon dioxide coming outside. The red thing what you see is the oxygen, the blue thing what you see is a carbon dioxide. Understanding? So from here the carbon dioxide can be exhaled and expiration. Okay, all red mark are inhalation, that is it is going, air is going and here purified oxygen is getting inside the bloodstream. Carbon dioxide from here it is coming out and it is going through the expiration. So that is how it looks like. So this is the trachea and these are the lungs. Okay, and we have heart and other systems here. Okay, so that's how the gas exchange mechanism takes place. Understood? So overall, the lung serves as a vital purification system. It plays a very important purification system and filtering out harmful substances. It removes the harmful substances and also it adds oxygen to the bloodstream. That means it is giving oxygen to the blood and removing waste carbon dioxide and we are exhaling it. It plays a critical role in maintaining the body's homeostasis. That means the blood balance. Okay, homeostasis balance, so that the components in the blood, that means oxygen level in the blood, okay, that can be maintained properly, so that every part of our body requires oxygen. Without oxygen they will not function. So that's why that is what we call it as homeostasis. So to maintain that we need lungs to work properly. Okay, and also it supports life. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ ಅಲ್ವೆಲರ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇಮೇಜಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಂಗೆ ಏರ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನ್, ಏರ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ರೆಡ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಳಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇದು ಒಂದು ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಕಿಯಾ, ಇವೆರಡು ಲಂಗ್ಸು. ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಕಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಬ್ರಾಂಕೈ ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಬ್ರಾಂಕೈ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಅಲ್ವೆಲಾಯ್ ಥಿನ್ ಲೇಯರ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮದು ಈ ರೆಡ್ ಏನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್, ಇದು ಫಿಲ್ಟರ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಲರಿ ಇದು ಇರುತ್ತೆ ವಾಲ್, ಈ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಲರಿ ಒಳಗಡೆಯಿಂದ ಅದು ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಸೇರಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್. ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡು ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದೇ ಸೇಮ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ಅದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ರಾಂಕೈಗೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬ್ರಾಂಕೈಯಿಂದ ಅಲ್ವೆಲಾಯಿಂದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನು ಎನ್ಹೇಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಎಕ್ಸೇಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಬ್ಲೂ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್, ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್? ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ ಹೌ it enters and it exhales. Okay, so here you can see that this oxygen is entered through this particular alveoli. It enters to the bloodstream, then it enters to the heart, understanding? And then it will go to almost all parts of the body, organs of the body, all every parts. Then from here it comes the carbon dioxide, it comes generating from all the parts. Then it again goes to heart, from there to the again lung, and then that will be exhaled, understanding? So that's how it works. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುವಂಥ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಈ ಥರ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ಆದರೆ ವಿತ್ ಫುಲ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ರಿಚ್, ಅದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಬಾಡಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಬಂದು ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಹಾರ್ಟಿಂದ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಪಂಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅದು ಲಂಗಿಗೆ ಹೋದಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಹೊರಗಡೆ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ ಹೌ ದ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ವರ್ಕ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಮತ್ತೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳೋದಂದರೆ ಓವರ್ ಆಲ್ ಲಂಗ್ ಏನಂತ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ವೈಟಲ್ ಪ್ಯೂರಿಫಿಕೇಷನ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಥರ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಯೂರಿಫೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಇದು ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂದರೆ ಹಾಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಗಾಳಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೋ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಹಾರ್ಮ್ಫುಲ್ಸ್ ಇರೋದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ತೆಗೆದು ಹಾಕಿ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನನ್ನು ಮಾತ್ರ ಬ್ಲಡ್ಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಬ್ಲಡ್ಡಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದು ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬಿಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್ ಪ್ಯೂರಿಫಿಕೇಷನ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫಿಲ್ಟರಿಂಗ್ ಔಟ್ ಹಾರ್ಮ್ಫುಲ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸಸ್. ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಐ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್, ಅದು ಹಾರ್ಮ್ಫುಲ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ತೆಗೆಯಲಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಮತ್ತು ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್ಗೆ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ, ಮತ್ತು ಹಾರ್ಮ್ಫುಲ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಬಾಡಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬಂದಿರೋದು ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಅದನ್ನು ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಹಾಕುತ್ತೆ. ಇಟ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಕ್ರಿಟಿಕಲ್ ರೋಲ್ ಇನ್ ಮೇಂಟೈನಿಂಗ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಹಿಮೋಸ್ಟಾಸಿಸ್. ಅಂದರೆ ನಮ್ಮದು ಬಾಡಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಬ್ಲಡ್ಡಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಬಾಡಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು, ಆವಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಬಾಡೀಸ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ. ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲದೆ ಇದು ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಸಹ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಅಂದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಜೀವ ಉಳಿಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಲಂಗ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಲೇಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಸೊ that's it. If you have any that's it for today. So next class we are speaking about architecture of lungs as purification system.